You also had a group ask for DH as well. Okay, so conspiracy theory. I think our group is showing high enough on rankings that prop pallies are wanting to play with Havocs. I'm not gonna question it. Perfectly fun, but that's all I have to go off of.
Kick. Kick.
Mage wants Big Dam. I buffed on Holy Death Knight too. Huh, that's not ideal. The only thing I don't buff in this group is like a bit of fizz damage from melee swings. And cat form Resto Druid. That's like kind of the biggest of who cares, right?
Kick.
Beware.
Throw Blur out when this guy does his charge shield. If you are pulling this, that's what does the big damage in this pull. The Thug won't one-shot you, but
Beware.
it's good to kind of overlap. Also, these are player baited, so you kind of don't want to play in the path of where you want to go to. I'm gonna hold my meta here.
Kick.
Getting picked by everything. Gonna kill the charge shield guy, stand in the AMC.
Beware.
Honestly, probably would have been a good Darkness too. Haven't really thought about it. Never pulled these guys in a real key normally. Setting my 20 seconds on pull. Because of the death from the healer and everything, I did lose my cycle stacks, which is awkward. Once we start kicking these in, I'm going to start using my Immolation Auras for the burn phase. And then I'm going to play on the wall so I'm not baiting out at that one.
Beware.
That's exactly what they just did. Using my Immolation Auras so that they'll all be popping during this phase still. Gonna get my Hunt out. And then Sigil. That's all the burst I can really do here. Fel Scarred's definitely not that great on this boss in particular, though, to be honest with you. Gonna press my Consuming Fires before they turn back to regular Immolation Auras. Saving this I-Beam, probably shouldn't have, but saving this I-Beam for the burst window now.
Beware.
Next I-Beam will be pressed on cooldown, which is what I should have done before. I sent Annihilation before the Dust Sweep there, just so I would Dust Sweep the knock. A bit less damage. because deflecting dance does work on that. And then same thing, once the bombs come out is when I'll start to press Immo Aura. We go kick one more in.
Beware.
Nice extend on the dot there. Or the debuff rather. Send my hunt into this, and I'll get the tail end of an I-beam into it as well. Going into whatever we pull next. What are they? Oh, we're pulling back. Okay, setting my focus on an Earthshaper. Gonna throw a Sigil of Flame because it's a global from range, plus it stacks up my tier set.
Kick.
Hitting Blade Dance before I start sending Immolation Auras so my Burning Wounds are out, then start sending cooldowns.
Beware.
Meta Stunning here. Spamming up my Immolation Auras, just watching my feet. Not sending my Abyssal Gaze until all the circles are done. I'll kick next when my kick's back up.
Kick.
I can watch for the kick on the other one because we got that one.
Beware.
And I'm gonna save my Immolation Auras here. Canceled that. Cancel that I-beam because the circles were bad, but kind of just pressing it to get it on cooldown because it'll be up for the next pull this way. I'm just kind of hitting this mob to build tier set stacks. Gonna ping the one that I'm doing. Spam out all of my Immo Auras, and then buff up my Demon Surges with Initiative from the Vengeful. Kinda just want to cleave even on a pack like this. It's not like a prio mob to kill first. Gonna use Pure Sigil as a stop out of this, and then I'll kick on next when I can.
Kick.
Saving my Immolation Auras at this point because this pack is like dead. Just letting that guy out there.
Beware.
The most awkward of awkward chains. That was, like, honestly, just kind of a fucking crime. Don't ever do that. I'm waiting for the side beam, then I'm gonna send my Demon Surge just before I meta. I'll get a kick after this. I'm gonna let one go off into me and kick going on someone else, because I have so much self-healing right now. Just sending Blur here.
Kick.
I'm gonna get a kick on one of these Firestone Furies, but I'll ping it.
Kick. Kick.
Same thing, this is kind of a cleave even scenario. Just want all three to die around the same time. There's no prio to be done. So whichever one has the most health, I'm gonna be swapping to.
Kick. 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 kick, kick,
Beware.
Once the stacks are getting really high on these, I'm just kind of using my utility buttons to stop casts on them, because interrupts end up not being able to rotate as well.
kick,
Beware.
Your lockout stays the same amount of time, but their cast time's so fast you have to kick like insta. And you don't have enough kicks to get both typically.
Beware.
I simply wish you had lasted a little
Beware.
longer.
Honestly, never had that problem before. They had so many overtime stacks that was like instant. Holy fuck. I was not ready for that. The Heart Mage released. He's almost back. On this boss, we want to make sure that the ads die. I'm not going to actually press my Immors until closer to when this is being buffed. I'll start spamming them out now. And I can cleave off the boss on this first one without a doubt, so I'm going to do that.
Beware.
And saving my Immors for the next ads being out. We don't actually want this one to get cleaved down. We want it to stay alive. And this one I'm going to focus.
Beware.
Hunt into it.
Beware.
Fine on it, just sending I-Beam on cooldown. It'll line back up into the next ad set perfectly. Do I have a scribe? Like our guild has a scribe? We do. We have an inscriptionist. I don't personally have one, but... Same thing, going to focus this ad. They take triple damage when empowered.
Beware.
And the reason that you have to kill them is if Resonate Quake goes off and they're still alive, they will do the Quake as well as the boss. And in most key levels, that will wipe you instantly. So our kill timer is before that Resonate Quake goes off, which is in 5 seconds.
Beware.
This one's not that tight, it does have a cast time as well, but kind of getting close, so wasn't focusing them, you know, it could be a problem. Ragefire also does do increased damage based on the bonus damage it does to these ads. So that's why I specifically wait to press Immolation Aura until the ads are kind of buffed. And this one I'm going to cleave off the boss because I'm in meta. Press the entire Blade Dance, put out my Immolation Auras. Death Sweep before I Sigil of Doom. Going to press my Hunt on this ad and then just kill it out quick. Good to go. From here, I can save Immolation Auras for the next pack. And I'm just going to get this I-Beam pressed on cooldown. Not wait for the Demon Surges, because boss is like dead. You want a free technique? Glyph of the Ashvane Pistol Shot. Sure, why not? We so speed. Okay, let's see what this guy's pulling. I'm gonna set my focus on one of the alchemists here. The only things to really watch for in this pull is if you have Mind Blast, you can actually meld that. Echo Blade you want to take out from your group.
Beware.
I'm just going to pull that rat in that wasn't pulled in. Once the rats are dead, it's a little bit less hectic. You do get Dots, the Caustic Compound, which kind of hurts, but it doesn't do that much damage, especially to Havoc. Brainstorm casts, you just watch your feet. And Echo Blade bounces to anyone within 10 yards of you, so you can see when it's on someone that's staying in, it's going to hit 3 people in melee as well, which doesn't really necessarily matter a lot of the time, but in really high keys it can become lethal, especially if you have multiple weapon testers with a Mastermind. It's just an overlap of a bunch of things hitting that can cause problems. Gonna ping the one that I'm going to be kicking.
Kick.
And typically you just focus down the weapon testers in these pulls. Mastermind if there's a Mastermind, weapon tester otherwise is what I do. Alchemist are lowest priority.
Kick.
Granted, I have no idea what the route is for this key, it was never posted, so I'm just kind of guessing. Okay. Yep. Randomly doing 6 Alchemists when I don't have cooldown sync. That's okay. I have Echo Blades on me, so I'm going to stand out with it. We have 3 kicks up that are just not being used right now. I'm just going to meld.
Beware.
Kick.
Mastermind will die in a second here. We just gotta watch our feet on that Brainstorm. I have an Echo Blade on me, but... not that big of a deal if you get silenced on DH. You won't be able to cast a couple abilities, like, can't cast Immolation or Sigils, but for the most part, most things aren't blocked for you. Just focus on Mastermind in this pull.
Kick.
Beware.
I pressed Blur there because I had the weapon tester passing on me as well as
Beware.
one of the sucks from the Masterminds. And I'm just going to wait for my Immor to come back up. And I got resets, so big. And then I'll I-beam, use my Demon Surges, then I'm going to meta.
Beware.
Kick.
Beware.
Just going to press this I-beam on cooldown because the mob's already dead. I don't want to sit on it till boss, but I don't want to wait for getting the Demon Surges. It's an awkward thing for timing there. Because this is prop pally, we're certainly not going to be doing anything onto this boss. It's too dangerous for them. Now, these mechanics are meldable, but I would say to not bother. Also, these circles don't hit you. If I can stand right in a circle, it does nothing, it just shows you where the Azerite's dropping. Granted, standing in the Azerite does actually hurt. This frontal doesn't hurt, don't defensive it, but standing the Azerite like this, you can see that did 60% of my health. So, if you're in that for more than a second, it will hurt. You also don't actually need to push all this stuff off. So like, I'll leave some on so you can see. Around the time of this third Propellant Blast, these are going to start despawning anything that spawned from the Gushing Catalyst, whereas anything that spawned from the Azerite Catalyst cast on a player will be staying for a little bit longer. So the Gushing Catalyst is all gone, so it doesn't even matter to push it away. New ones drop. Again, you can stand in these circles, doesn't do anything to you. And this is going to despawn during this Azerokk Catalyst cast, which he invised, but if you invis that, the boss will just sit here autoing your tank the whole time. Now the problem with that is this boss autos really fucking hard, and it destroys most tanks. So I'd recommend just letting the casts go off, as they don't really do anything, and, you know, don't let your tank get pounded for free. Going to hit my Vengeful with my Death Sweep here, and send my meta. Again, doesn't actually matter that I pushed anything here, so I'm not going to. Death Sweep out before I use the Civility. My Death Sweep, and then Hunt is used. Hunt's just being pressed basically on cooldown for Fel Scarred. And Azerokk Catalyst, he could meld it, he shouldn't. You also don't really have to run around, you can just sit in melee. Circles do literally nothing to you. And if you have to use a frontal on something that's really close, where you think you have to stand in, wait for the blast to start going off while standing in a clear spot, then move over into the Azerokk Catalyst. So like, this will pick me here, and say this was closer where you had to get in it, I'd shoot it, then step over, and then you're not going to take a tick, so it'll push it off you before that's actually a problem. You don't want to start in it, because then you're going to take a tick. This will be the last Immolation Aura I use in the fight. I have no idea what they're doing route-wise, so just kind of sitting back. I think we're doing a lot of the War Machines, though, because we need 26% here. Oh, I didn't... Okay. Didn't know what he was doing. Did not expect him to keep running up. Just staying off the fixated Crawler Mine. The other ones aren't on me, so we are good to go. I'm standing central so that I'm doing proper cleave. Gonna stun the one that's on me. You can Shadow Meld this debuff, so I just threw Shadow Meld and I don't take damage anymore. That's something really good to know how that works. I'm not going to send meta here because this pull is actually basically dead already. So just sitting on meta for now until whatever we pull next. I'm going to throw my Fel Eruption on that Crawler Mine, and then my Blade Dance should slow it. So now it's going to be less of a problem, and I'm just going to kind of play around with the pack. I'm gonna go and hit this mob at the back while they're pulling.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
I'm gonna use my Demon Surges and get my last Immolation Aura out before I meta. Use my Death Sweep, then all my Immolation Auras, and I'm gonna just pump AoE on this pack.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Cancelled that Abyssal Gaze and walked away right away because that mob that spawned right beside me was on me. I don't want to die to that. Get my Consuming Fires out before they turn back to regular Immo Auras.
Beware. Run away, little girl.
I stayed
Run away.
long enough range away so that that wouldn't kill me. We're going to look to use Darkness at some point during this pull. And they're all going to be slowed from my Throw Glaive talents. You just need to keep a nice distance from these guys and they won't kill you. The talent throwing them is as well as having my Scream Brutality, I have Master of the Glaive, which is 50% slow. They put a skull out, so we're focusing one down. First one, I'll defensive. Second one, I'll darkness. I'm gonna type that I'm darknessing out to my group.
Beware.
My Blade Dance will be slowing these. Darkness is down in melee as I told them. As I buy beam, I'll be nice and safe. Still 20 mil off that darkness, even though not that many people were in it. It was good because both those balls were on our healer too. I have Shadow Meld, so I'm just gonna press it on this. At this point, I'll save meta for the boss, because this is so low. Outside of Catastrophe, this key is beyond timed though, so. Playing in the safe spot, which is a little bit to the side of the corner of this grate. I put a square marker down for it, and it'll always be safe from the missiles no matter where they shoot from. There's just always a gap here. This can be dangerous in the second phase though, because Gatling Gun will start overlapping it, and your group just needs to actually play well. I should have gone far, that was not good.
Beware.
Also note with those homing missiles is you can Shadow Meld them.
Beware.
And with this Gatling gun, it's not something to really be that scared of. You can like Fel Rush straight through it, you'll take a tick. You can even walk through it. If you're ever running from that spinning Gatling gun, go through it instead of trying to go around it. That's always going to serve you best. Here, you just want to burn down a Sky Scorcher instantly. Don't defensive right away. You don't want to defensive until the drill smashes start. The drill smash is going to pick here, and I'm going to press blur now. And we're going to get one of these guys down. Once you're down to one of these guys, it's significantly less dangerous, so it doesn't matter so much. You missed. And now we literally AFK because there's nothing to do. Something you can do on this drill smash is if you blade dance, your deflecting dance should work on it, but it's just not dangerous on its own in any way or in any key level. It's not really something to think about. Also, the way this homing missile mechanic works is it does prio ranged, but it can't pick the same person twice in a row. Which means, in this group, as we just have the Arcane Mage for it, it's going to pick the Arcane Mage first, and then every second one will be on one of us melee. So the next one's going to go on the Mage again, which means I shouldn't see one, and then it could go on me or the Death Knight again right out of that. This is the exact lineup I was talking about being dangerous. I'm going to press blur and then come through to the square portion. And there's going to be another Gatling gun faced at us at the wrong time. Actually, this one's fine. And I can Shadow Meld the mechanic, nothing will happen. Not that he wasn't already dead anyway, but... wasn't the cleanest of keys. But